All right, so today we're going to be looking more at angles. I have on here the learning intention. We're going to be able to draw geometric shapes with given conditions. Focus on drawing triangles from 3 measures of angles and sides, noticing when the conditions determine a unique triangle, more than one triangle, etc. In order for us to be successful at this, we're going to look at the different types of angles first. We're looking at acute angles, obtuse angles, straight angles, and vertical angles. We kind of mentioned that before, but we're going to look it over again. All right. And then after that, we'll go through 2 Desmos activities. So I'm going to pull up my whiteboard on here. And the first thing we're going to look at is acute angles. Let's see if it goes over a little bit. Acute angles talk about angles where the measure is between 0 and 90 degrees. All right? So if it's 0, that's not an acute angle. If it's 90, that's not an acute angle. It has to be between 0 and 90. For example, if I have an angle that's like this, and it says that it's 35 degrees, then yes, that is an acute angle, because it's between 0 and 90. Do you remember what we call a 90-degree angle? Yep, a right angle triangle. So it has to be between 0 and 90 for it to be acute. The next thing we're going to look at is, and all this is being saved on the sheet as well. So if you want the notes, you could go back and look at it. Obtuse angles, where the measure, does anyone remember this one? Is between 90 and 180 degrees. All right, for example, if I have an angle that is 120 degrees, it's between 90 and 120. So yes, that one is obtuse. It's an obtuse angle. Other angle we're going to look at is a straight angle. That's where the degree is 180 degrees. All right? So when we measure it, it turns out to be 180 degrees. So it could be that way. It could be this way. It could be diagonal. As long as it's 180 degrees. Okay, that's what we call a straight angle. And the last one we're going to look at is called, a vertical angle, or vertical angles. That's when 2 straight angles intersect. So the opposite, what word can I use instead of opposite? So it would be those. The opposite angles equal to each other. For example, if this is 20 degrees, then this is 20 degrees. Okay? If this right here is 130 degrees, let's not use 130. Let's actually make it a straight angle. So if this right here is 160 degrees, then this right here is what? Yep, 160 degrees. They're vertical angles. So the angles that are across from each other, they're equal to each other, which makes it a vertical angle. And if you realize, if we just take this line right here, that right there is a straight angle. So that's equal to 180. All right, so I'm going to pause. And that's just an overview of the different types of angles we're going to be looking at for today. Stop recording.